Welcome back to YouTube, everyone. It's us again for C&Jsportscast. I am Jeremiah,
And I'm Chris.
and we're talking college football this week. What we expect, some of the games, rankings, that kind of fun stuff.
Yay.
We're going to start off with your favorite part, trivia. Probably not your favorite part. Who knows? Okay. So, for college football trivia, the question is, who holds the record for the longest winning streak in college football?
I thought I think I do know this one.
Maybe. I wouldn't guess it. I wouldn't.
No.
I already know the answer, but.
Well, yeah, because you looked at it and you
right.
looked it up.
But I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have guessed it.
You wouldn't have guessed this team?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would have thought of other teams like Bama, but it's not.
It's not Bama. I think Bama is like number 2 in that sense, or number 3. It's one of those.
Longest winning streak.
Yeah.
There's not very many long winning streaks in college football. So I wonder if that's like 8 games.
Because I think it's like no. Because your winning streak continues to the next season.
Yeah, because there's teams that have perfect seasons.
Yeah. So, and that perfect season goes to the next season, and then the season after that.
3 perfect seasons. That would be impossible.
That's impossible. But I'm pretty sure a team can't. They'll probably end up doing it.
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
I don't think so. That's because you have one, and people figure out they study you.
Yeah, but then again, they also studying you also. So if you gonna pull the same BS on, try to pull the same BS on them,
yeah,
they're gonna come out with something different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's what the first half is if you think about it.
Just figuring each other out.
And
then make adjustments.
Yeah.
It's true.
That second half is just, these are the adjustments that we made, and here you go.
Yeah. It's true. So this weekend we have college football starting off.
Which team you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Utah or you want to talk about
Well, yeah, let's talk about my team.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Okay, so the Utes are playing Florida. The Gators.
It's probably a good game.
It should be.
It should be.
Florida's a good game. We are ranked number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Too early, though. It doesn't mean anything.
Kudos to y'all.
Hey, 7. If we win, it could stick, though. So
actually, if y'all win, y'all probably go higher.
Well, that depends on who else loses, though.
Well, Well, it'd probably be y'all might go higher or lower depending on how the games go.
Yeah, what I'm shocked by is that Oregon is ranked 11. They're usually higher.
Yeah, because of the defense. But I don't know. The defense is kind of
unless they just lost a lot of everybody.
Well, the main key player on their team, they just got drafted.
Was it
Kayvon Thibodeau?
Thibodeau?
Yeah, Thibodeau.
I always feel like I'm talking with the
Thibodeau. I think I'd be thinking like Louisiana when I see his last name. I'm like, but yeah, Oregon versus Georgia. I don't think Georgia shouldn't lose that game though. So
Georgia, no. So Oregon should drop a little lower.
Yeah, Oregon should drop
maybe a lot lower.
Maybe. Depending on how bad other teams play.
The defending champs.
Yeah, ranked
Georgia
number 3.
Bulldogs.
Ranked number 3. How about that?
Yeah, Utah, Florida, that should be a good one. I expect a victory, like I always do. Doesn't matter who you're playing, you should win. Unless, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, unless it's an obvious mismatch. And you're like, just do your best, guys. Just go out there. Just have fun.
So if y'all season opener was against Georgia, how would you feel about it?
I would expect a close game, but maybe not a win. maybe
I
not.
mean,
I'm not gonna count them out. Like crazy,
I was like,
crazy things
yeah,
happen all the
you
time.
can't count them out, but then again, it might end up being a close
But
game.
if you had to say who's gonna win, I'd probably go with Georgia. But I'm also not. Yeah, they could win. They could pull it off. But they're not playing Georgia, so we don't need to worry about that.
Because they play in Florida, which is the second best team in their division. So, yeah, it could be a good one.
I think it will be.
Something to look out for.
Be a good one.
And this one is on TV. So
it is on TV. ESPN.
All right, let's go to.
Let's see, where are we?
Ooh, we all the way.
A lot of these top 25 ones that are very surprising.
And some of these teams.
Where did it go?
Some of these teams. Which one?
I'm trying to find yours.
Right here.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say like some of these teams they can't really play other good teams because they can't schedule against other good teams because you want to stay in those rankings at least for a week.
Yeah.
But if you're not that type of powerhouse team that can like, hey, we can go play this team, automatically win, and no matter like who it is. Just like that year when Alabama played USC and USC was like in the top 10 in the season opener.
I don't know what year was that.
It's the same year that Juju Smith was still there and what the heck? That's when Jalen Hurts was still a freshman.
Oh, so
it was
a little bit ago.
Like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's like Wake Forest in the top 25.
I don't know
like
about that.
North Carolina State. I don't know. So we're seeing these teams that were not even in there before. Now they're in the top 25. There's a shift in the paradigm.
I think Wake Forest is in there because they got more players returning. So I think it's like juniors and seniors that's like coming back to play football again for them.
Before they first made it to the top 25, it'd be like, oh yeah, we're playing Wake Forest. Like who?
Yeah, it was like,
Wake Forest.
Forget about it. Either
okay,
way.
It's like Mississippi State. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
but I guess they're better than that now. So good for you, Wake Forest.
Probably not.
So yeah, Utah State facing off against Alabama. How did Utah State get the misfortune of this kind of scheduling? Yeah, I get challenge yourself, but the number one seed. Let's just start off right at the top. Let's just go for it. The only way you can go is down.
Cut him off at the head.
Yeah, I don't know how they got that. That's unfortunate for them. And if Alabama loses, that's also unfortunate for them. Because I don't think that they won't drop a couple rankings. If they lose to Utah State, they might drop out of the top 25.
Nah, they will not drop out of the top 25. They won't drop out of the top 25, but they will drop.
They might drop to 25 just as a punishment. Like, how dare you?
But once that
seriously, we give you Utah State.
If we lose to Utah State, if we just keep going along, we're gonna just work our way right back up into
right. And it's not conference play, so it doesn't go against your conference standings at all.
No, it doesn't.
So if you have to take an L, then I guess that's a
problem.
Okay.
Either this one or when we play Texas, because right now Texas is still not in our conference.
Right. The conference games are bad ones to lose.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
No. It's not at all. But well, let's see who's favored.
So obviously Bama's favored.
Of course.
41.5 points.
Okay, I can see us winning, but I don't see us winning by that.
You don't think so?
Not by 41.
You don't see like a 41-17?
I'll take in this case I take the under Cause I ain't finna take it like, oh yeah, we can score 50 points on Utah State and they ain't coming back.
So you're being conservative, taking the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under because if we end up like just think about it, first strings out there having a blast, scoring all these points, and then you end up putting your second string in, but they're keeping their first string in. They're giving that first string, the Utah State first string, the okay to like, hey, let's try to score some points now since they put in second string players.
Right.
Which can happen and will happen. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna take.
Yeah, it's one of those games. It's not a conference game, and I don't know if you need to send out all your big guns.
Nah.
To seal the deal on that one. So.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna take the under because I'm pretty sure we might end up in that range of how many points, like the points differentials, but that might shorten when you put your second string out there.
Yeah, it's true. The last 10 minutes, they might get a touchdown or two.
Right. So that's how I say it's different.
So the under, but that'll be a blowout. If that, I'd be really surprised if that's not a blowout.
I'm gonna be watching it. So.
Oh, I know. I'll be checking in on that because that's one of those that's like, oh, maybe we should.
You're just gonna be laughing at it the whole time watching yours.
When ESPN goes to a commercial break, I'll be checking that one because they're good at going to commercial.
Yeah, definitely are. But okay, let's see what Utah's favorite is. Well, who's favorite?
So Utah favored by 3 by a field goal. I'll take it.
It's a win.
That's what I said. I think that one will be close.
Yeah, apparently Las Vegas thinks the same way.
I would appreciate a blowout, but Vegas has also been like dead wrong. Where like you look at the odds and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, and they just
when it comes to Vegas, they just look at the overall. They don't go in depth like, oh, this person is injured, that person is injured. These people right here.
So for the most part,
having trouble.
Your Vegas odds are pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, there's one that they're off. 1 or 2. There's some. They're off.
Yeah. But besides that, let's see another good game that's probably on here. Besides Georgia and Oregon.
Besides Georgia. Yeah, I'll also be checking in on that Oregon game. Oh boy. Notre Dame, Ohio State. That'd be one to watch.
That'd be a good one to watch. But I don't think Ohio State gonna be
17.
Yeah.
Ohio State is favored by 17 points.
I don't think they're gonna win by 17 though.
Yeah, not against Notre Dame.
No, I take like if I was betting, I'll take that as an under.
Yeah.
Cause for one,
seems pretty optimistic.
Like for one, it's the first game of the season. Like everybody's trying to create a new chemistry with somebody. For one, 2, you just throwing everybody out there, and like you don't know what's gonna happen because some players don't catch rhythm until like second half, and that's when
others go cold.
Yeah, and others go cold. So like it's a toss up.
It's all about timing.
And then again, this changes after every quarter. Like what?
Oh, the odds.
Quarters,
Yeah, I mean odds. After like every set of downs, the odds are changing.
Well,
if you look at it,
I'll say drive.
It is changing. Like it's like one of those. I don't know what the hospitals call it, but those little
the heartbeats,
the screens that show you how it's like.
HPMs, something like that.
Yeah. I knew the word once. I can't remember right now. But yeah, it's monitor. Like watching one of those, and it's like
your heart monitor.
It's all over the place until at the very end. 100% flatline.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, that's probably another good game to watch.
Those are probably the ones I'll be looking into.
The top 4 at least.
It's a lot of games to watch, and then there's like those filler games where you've watched all your games, but the game's on. We'll watch it.
Yeah.
Probably check the BYU one. South Florida. They'll probably win that one.
Arkansas and Cincinnati. That might be a good one because they both of them are ranked.
That's
when
true.
When it's two ranked teams,
that's a high stake game.
Yeah,
someone's dropping
immediately. I mean, and I think it's going to be Cincinnati because they are already lower ranked than Arkansas. So, not I want to say 9 times out of 10.
But they're pretty close.
7 times out of 10.
19 isn't too far from 23.
It's not, but 7 times out of 10, when you're higher, ranked higher than somebody,
you're usually better.
You're usually better, and you're usually going to win that game. 7 times out of 10. Not I want to say.
You
9.
just got to come ready. You can't go into it thinking it's going to be in the bag. But yeah,
it's different when it's football, because it's more accurate. But when it's basketball, you don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah. I would never bet on a basketball game.
You don't know who's gonna win.
Never, because you can have one injury and then the winning team loses all momentum, and they just go cold and then lose.
Unless they got that one crazy person that's on the bench.
There's been too many NBA finals where the winning team has an injury and it's the star player and they lose. They lose the series, title's gone. They're just right on track for it. It's happened too many times. I would never bet on basketball. Way too unpredictable.
Yes, very. It is so hard to try to predict the basketball game. But football is more easier. It's easier than basketball.
It is.
I can say that.
Somehow it is.
But yeah, you want to talk about these rankings now? Like how you feel about them?
The first week, it's whatever. Who cares? I like being ranked number 7. It's a good spot to be. Oh jeez.
There we go.
Here we are. Okay.
A little mishap that ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Back in the saddle again.
Right.
Yeah, I like being ranked number 7, but like I said, I'm surprised Oregon's not ranked as high. They did lose one player, but there's 52 other players on the roster. Right?
As far as I know, they just lost one, but who else?
And there's transfers.
Yeah, they got transferred, or they that was already they were seniors and they had to leave.
Right. So the first week, it's too early to tell. No matter what kind of equations you have, and no matter how you look at the last season, it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia's not even ranked number 1, and they won the championship. Tell me how that works out. The reigning champions are not ranked number 1 coming into the season.
Well, they won. Well, because most of their defense got drafted. Majority of their defense got drafted. So the people behind them came in and just becoming starters.
And Alabama sweeps in.
Well, Alabama got majority of their starters coming back.
That's true.
So,
but I mean, yeah. So the rankings you need to have them.
Yeah, you
gotta start somehow. You gotta have some people ranked. But the first week, it's too early. Week 2 or 3 is when you can start accurately saying, yes, this is a top 10 team. These people, no, drop them out. They're not.
But you already know who's gonna be where though. It's not like, hey, let's just mosh pit all these teams and just hey, because let's put it like this. Let's just say football season starts for college. It's just one big old tournament.
It's a free-for-all.
No
conferences.
No conferences, none of that.
I still think that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen in college football.
You just get ranked. You know how crazy that'd be? But how much money and everything else would go into that? It would
so much money.
It'd be nice. I would like to see that. A big old mosh pit of every college team.
Just do it. That's it. College basketball does that right.
Yeah, March Madness.
The March Madness. It does not matter who you are. You could be Duke, but you're not automatically going to be ranked number 1 seed.
Yeah, and I think it's January they had the playoffs, or is it just
February? March.
or like ended or the
Starting January is when you start playing for rankings. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like cause like four is decent, but it's not like your best of the best type deal.
Right. So I don't know. You got to have them, but it's too early to tell.
So honestly, in my opinion,
anyone who looks at week one and is like, "Oh, we're ranked number 2," yeah, like,
in my opinion, it should be top 10. Whoever's in your top 10 for college football,
and then you decide the other 25, the other 15 later.
Yeah, that and also like even when it comes to the playoffs, just pick your top 8. The top 8 teams.
Just let them duke it out.
Yeah, just let them play it out. Yeah, because your top 8, it looks good, but at the same time, you don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, upsets happen.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, it's just like, and that way you get a team to play a different team every year because it's in the top 8. And you'd be surprised who can win what.
When given a chance?
When given the chance, yes.
When they know there's a real possibility.
Yeah, but because I'm tired of the banter saying that every team wants Bama. Because
that's what stop winning so often.
That ain't going to happen.
It will, eventually.
But no, it's just like every team wants Bama, but then again, they create this playoff bracket, but the playoff bracket is only created for only 4 teams.
Yes.
So if they expand that to 8, they give at least everybody a chance to try to play Bama or these top 4 teams.
Even if it's not Bama, like if you know you got a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who cares who you're playing? If you can get a shot to win the national championship, I don't care. I will play whoever they let me play. I don't care.
Because based on rankings right now, Alabama will play Michigan, Utah will play Ohio State, Georgia will play Texas A&M, and Clemson will play Notre Dame.
And if based on the past, if I had to guess, the 4 teams going in would be Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, and Clemson.
Yeah. But
they would have the best odds.
Yes, they starting off right now. They do got the best odds.
Yeah, I mean, automatically they're.
Yeah,
that's another. The politics of football is great.
Right. So, like, we don't know what's gonna happen near the end of the season or whatever, but I would like to see at least like 8, just expand it for 4 more brackets. Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you make it more interesting.
Instead of okay, this team has a 16% chance of making it in the playoffs. And they're like, yeah, they're not going to make it. Because that 16% chance, you cannot lose a game.
No.
And you need to win pretty authoritatively, not just by a field goal.
Yeah,
if you're not 50 or above, you're not going to make it to the playoffs. Sorry.
Just know that. Yeah, because it's pretty hard already that the fact of like making it into the top 4, and you just only playing people in your conference. Yeah, that's hard right there. Because like,
yeah,
if you're like Cincinnati, you gotta have a winning season, like from your last season to the next season in order to be in the top 4.
Carry it over. Yeah,
that season because that win streak got to carry over.
Yeah, and was it the 2020 season?
Yeah,
when there was the COVID. Yeah,
the COVID season.
It's like, and then I really didn't watch very many games, even Utah games. I was just like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters.
Yeah,
because it's only conference play. So when you're going to compare the teams, it's like, well, they only play teams in their conference.
Yeah, it was the SEC is really the only conference that actually played the whole season.
Yeah. Because they were the only conference that didn't cancel everything. Yeah. And then you had the Pac-12, which was a joke because as soon as they're like, oh, COVID, yeah, shut everything down. Not doing it.
Yeah.
And then last minute, they're like, well, maybe we could schedule games with these teams, but they have to play in ours. Like the conditions. It was crazy. They're like, you gotta COVID tests. You have to have masks and all that.
Yeah.
But you have to play in a Pac-12 stadium. there's no we'll come to you. And I was like, if you're going to be this specific, you can't cancel. You got to be like right off the bat, start scheduling that.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch.
Yeah. But it was kind of too late for Pac-12 too.
By the time they decided maybe we could play football, everyone's schedules were set.
Yeah.
I think Utah only played like 4 or 5 games.
Then it was like
it wasn't even enough to be 50% to qualify for a bowl game.
No. The Big Ten, yeah, I think it was like Big Ten was like the second most.
Yeah. So that was just, that whole season was a joke. At least for me. Anyways. I didn't watch. I mean, I didn't care.
But yeah, but besides that, because like the last season was pretty good.
Yeah. No. Last season was like normal, but yeah.
Everything went kind of went back to normal.
You're like, okay, football, the way it should be. And then they just changed all the conferences up. So
yeah. Then the NIL comes in. So yeah.
See how it goes.
Now there's a real change up in that.
Once you start adding money to things, that's when
it's gonna turn into just two big conferences.
It's like you're a kid and everything's great. Why? Because you're not worried about money.
Yeah.
You go to school, you play with your friends.
It's the minor
you go
league
home,
NFL.
You eat dinner.
It's gonna be the minor NFL, really.
Yeah, the semi-pro football league.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right out of high school. That's all it's gonna be, really. Okay, you wanna get to this trivia?
Let's do it. All right. Do you know the answer?
Nah, you have to read it off again.
Okay. Who holds the record for the longest winning streak in college football? All college football.
Miami.
Nope. Not Miami.
Florida State?
Nope.
Oh. Ooh.
Oklahoma Sooners. See? I wouldn't have guessed that. I never would have thought Oklahoma.
Well, I'm not Skip. Okay? I'm not Skip Bayless.
Hey, you got glory years to brag about. Just kidding. Don't live in the past. The past is...
Yeah, you live in the past, you stay in the past. So, no.
Yeah. So if you guys knew that, good for you. Let us know your thoughts about this upcoming season. Some opportunities for some good upsets. Some good games.
Yeah.
And like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
I'm just kidding.